2. Are you ready? We had a lot of fun yesterday. Give me a thumbs up if you made the ocean bottle. If you didn't, you still have time to do it. You could do it later today or another time this week. Just ask mom or dad, whoever you're hanging out with, to help you out. So today we are going to learn about another fun thing, but who remembers the theme from yesterday? It was on the run. Can you stand up with me and show me what it looks like to run? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job. All right. Now, today we're going to learn about swallowed whole. What part of Jonah's story do you think that is about? I can't wait to see. What about you? All right, let's dive in and see what we're going to learn today.
And every move I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Na 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 na. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Na 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 na
Welcome back. Seymour Finnegan here with your Under the Sea special report. We are here live on location at the marina and we are trying to locate Jonah. Come hither. Don't know where he's at. Where could he be? Don't see the ship leaving. Sir, excuse me. Have you seen a Mr. Jonah? Yes, exactly. Yes. You're kidding me. He's actually boarded the boat, yeah? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, hello, folks. Yeah, it seems like Jonah's actually already boarded a boat and set sail to a place called Tarshish. So we've just missed him. But stay tuned. I'm actually getting a report in from the studios. Yes, Marine Waters is in here. Okay, all right. Yes, no, I'm not boarding a boat. No, I'm absolutely not boarding. No, you know that I get seasick. I'm not boarding a boat at all. No, I will quit. That's ridiculous. Yes, ma'am. Okay, fine. Okay, Seymour Finnegan back here. It looks like we will be boarding a boat and trying to intercept Jonah before he gets too far. Stay tuned, folks.
Hey kids, welcome back to our lesson time. You know that the theme of the day is swallowed whole. And we're going to see somebody get swallowed whole today. You already know who it is. It's going to be Jonah, right? But we're going to play a game to begin. What are some things that have been swallowed by sharks in the sea? And so these are some items that have been found inside of sharks' bellies, but a few fake things mixed in as well. The name of the game is What Jaws Eats, Real or Fake? And so we're going to show you something on the screen, and you have to guess, is this really something that's been found inside of the belly of a shark, or did we just make that up? All right, let's go ahead and see our first item on the screen here. It is a bag of onions. Do you think that's real, or do you think that's fake? Has that been found inside of Jaws before? Go ahead and shout out at home. The answer is that's fake. That has not been found inside of a shark. All right, next one. A Barbie doll. Actually, several Barbie dolls, more than one. Real or fake? What do you think? Shout out at home. Is that real? Is that fake? And the answer is that has actually been found inside of the belly of a shark, recovered with everything, including the hair, still intact. That's impressive, Barbie. Good for you. She pulled a Jonah on that one. All right, next one. Polar bear. Real or fake? Have they found a polar bear inside of a shark? I'm just noticing on our graphic here down at the bottom left that shark is swallowing a hot dog. Maybe it makes you hungry for lunch if you haven't eaten it yet. All right, you shout out at home, real or fake? And the answer is, that's real. I don't know that I want to see that. You know, polar bears are quite cute. Next one. Star Wars 8-film script. Real or fake? Has the film script been found inside of a shark before? You guess at home. Has Jaws swallowed Star Wars? And the answer is, that's fake. No one's able to stomach that. All right, next one. Pills. Real or fake? Has Jaws snacked on some pills before? What do you think? Shout out at home. And the answer is real. They have found pills inside the belly of a shark. All right, next one. A reindeer. A reindeer. Reindeer, by the way, are not mythical creatures. They're actually real animals. But has a real reindeer been found inside of a real shark? Is that real or fake? You guess. And the answer is, that's real. Again, another thing I don't want to see. All right, next one. A chainsaw. What a competition between the number of teeth on a shark and the number of teeth on a chainsaw. Is that a battle that has taken place before? Is that real or fake? You decide, tell us, and go ahead and reveal the answer. That's fake. I don't think that would happen too easily. This has been What Jaws Eats, Real or Fake, second edition, by the way. If you want to look up the first one, you can probably find that. We are in day 2 of VBS, and our theme is swallowed whole. And what we're getting here is not just one Bible story, but it's pointing to the story that every story in the Bible is all about. And today we get a game of hide and seek. Maybe you like to play hide and seek with your family at home. You can play a game of that today if you'd like. But we're going to see Jonah hiding and God seeking him out. So first, hiding. Look at verse 4 of Jonah chapter 1 says this, "But the Lord hurled a great wind upon the sea." Remember, Jonah was running away from God. He got on top of a ship. He's sailing away. God hurled a great wind on the sea, and there was a mighty tempest, like a storm, on the sea, so that the ship threatened to break up. Then the mariners were afraid, and each cried out to his God, and they hurled the cargo that was in the ship into the sea to lighten it for them. But Jonah had gone down into the inner part of the ship and had laid down and was fast asleep. So it is storming outside. Things are getting crazy. God has sent this storm onto the sea. But Jonah is hiding down on the inside of the ship, and you can hear him snoring, right? The dude is fast asleep. Apparently, he's not paying attention to what is going on around him. And he's sleeping, trying to drown out the word that God had brought to him. He's ignoring the mission that God had sent him to. And he has hidden his identity, right? He's not told these sailors that I'm a prophet of the Lord and I'm running away from God and you're all in trouble because I'm right here. He thinks he can hide. He thinks he can be running away from the presence of God and still safe. He is out of touch with the real danger that he's in. Right? There's another story in the Bible of somebody who was asleep in the middle of a storm. Who am I talking about here, kids? Who else was asleep while it was storming outside? Of course, it was Jesus. Jesus was on a boat on a sea in the same area, and he was sleeping, not because he was running from God. He was sleeping because he was doing God's will, and he was at peace even while everything was crazy on the outside. But here, Jonah's trying to hide. God is not going to let him hide. God searches him out. So our second thing to see is seeking here. Jonah is going to get caught. Verse 7, the sailors, they're all worried. They're trying to figure out what's going on. This storm has come from nowhere. Somebody is at fault. Somebody's caused this. And they said to one another, come, let us cast lots that we may know on whose account this evil has come upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. Casting lots is another way of describing kind of rolling dice. Maybe you've played a board game before where you have to roll dice and it can land on different numbers, and that's going to determine how far you can move on the board. And so they have their own way of trying to figure out who started all this, who's in trouble, and it lands on Jonah. All right, I've got here a bag of M&Ms. Right? You might want some of these at home. If I could send them your way, I would, I promise. I'm going to open them up and I'm going to pull out one M&M, and you have to guess what color am I going to pull out of the bag. See if you can figure it out. All right. Get this opened up. And I'm going to pull out one color, and you have to guess what color M&M is it going to be. And I don't know if you can see this, but I've got the green M&M. So if you guessed green, extra points for you. How are your powers of prediction? But this is amazing here. Something that seems so random, like pulling an M&M out of a bag or rolling dice, or sometimes people talk about drawing straws and who gets the short straw. This thing that just seems so random, it lands on Jonah. Because that's how much God is in control of what's happening. And God seeks out Jonah. And Jonah is found out. And they realize we have somebody on board here on the ship who's not all right with God. And they're not sure what to do about that. And so they're trying to continue in the storm. They're hurling cargo off of the ship, and God had hurled this storm onto the waters, and now they are going to decide what they have to do is hurl Jonah over the edge. And so they pick him up and they throw him into the sea, and all of a sudden it is calm and peaceful on the waters. But there's more to the story here, because Jonah, he can't escape. He can't escape being found out, right? That's true for everything that we do. Every sin that we do will be found out. God sees it all. God knows it all. You know, it's like if you had a camera recording every thought you ever had, everything you've ever done, whether or not you thought people were watching, we will have to give an account before God for all of these things. But God not only seeks out and finds out our sin, he chases us down with his mercy. And he does that for Jonah here. In verse 17, the Lord appointed a great fish to swallow up Jonah. Jonah is swallowed whole, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. You know, when I used to hear this Bible story growing up, I thought, one, this is really gross, and this is like a way that Jonah gets punished, because not only is he thrown into the sea, he has to get eaten by some stinky fish or whale. I mean, imagine being inside the dark, damp belly of some fish for 3 days and 3 nights, right? It's one thing to have to swallow something disgusting. I've got here some baby food. I always go a little bit easy on myself when I do this, because this is mango flavored and maybe not as bad as it could be, but I'm going to open it up. I've never tried this particular one. You can hear the popping of the seal there. And I'm going to go ahead and swallow whole a nice big bite of baby food, mango flavored. You know what? Again, a little tangy, not the consistency of something I would normally like to eat. Y'all want me to take a second bite? If you want me to take a second bite, go ahead and shout from at home. All right, another big gulp. And that's about as much as I'm going to do of that today. It's one thing to swallow something disgusting. It's another thing to be swallowed by something disgusting. And Jonah has to face that here. But you know what he is swallowed by? He is swallowed by the mercy of God. This is God's love for Jonah, because Jonah is rescued by this fish. Remember yesterday, we could never swim across the ocean. There was no hope for Jonah right here. He's in the middle of the sea, in the middle of a storm, sinking down in the deep. He could never swim hard enough, try hard enough to rescue himself. And so what God sends is this whale to swallow him. Kind of like the story of Noah's Ark. Noah is rescued from the waters by the boat that God had planned for him. Here, God planned this whale to swallow Jonah. And the song we're singing this week says that whether it's by a fish in the sea or a man on the tree, God rescues us. And that's what the story of Jonah is pointing to. The man who died on the tree. Jesus Christ is God seeking us down, telling us about our sin, telling us about how we're not okay with him, we've run from him, and yet he doesn't let us get away with it. He chases after us and he swallows us with his mercy. And in the same way that Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights, Jesus came. And he received the punishment that our sin deserved. And he was swallowed up by the grave. And he spent 3 days in death, 3 days buried in the belly of the earth. And on the 3rd day, he rose again. In fact, Jesus said that the story of Jonah is not just a story in the Bible. It was pointing to him. He said that. He said it's called the sign of Jonah. In the same way that Jonah spent that time in the belly of the earth, in the belly of a whale, Jesus would spend that time in the belly of the earth. And in the same way that Jonah was sent to preach that we're not okay with God, but that God is a God of mercy and kindness, Jesus shows us that we can be rescued, that we can be saved as we trust in him. Right? God has always chosen unusual ways to save his people. When Israel was fleeing from Egypt, he divided the waters and he had them walk through on dry land. Here he chooses this unusual way of a fish in the sea. And God sent his very own son. Nobody expected it to be like this. That when God would come to earth, that it would look like how Jesus came, and the humility that he came, and the suffering that he came, that he would die, but that he would rise again, so that we could know the mercy of God. Isn't that amazing about God? That when we hide, He seeks us out to save us. And tomorrow we're going to talk about what do we need to do to respond to what God has done. We'll find out more about that tomorrow.
Hello, my virtual Voyagers, and welcome to day 2 of Chomped, the show where 2 unsuspecting sea urchins will try their best to recreate a spectacular dessert that we have designed for them. Once again, I'm your host, Sprinkles Yum Yum. Yesterday, Chef Pete Mishka Mushka Mashka Shefferstein sang while Pastor Peter Pumpkin Eater swam away with the coveted shark crown. Let's say hello to our judges once again, who can fondue it all. Here is Chef Victor Coco Meringue and his twin brother, Nictor BARBIE Meringue. Competing for the crown, we have Chef Jordan Fishing Polhemus and Cocinera Hero Ferrada. The challenge today is to make an adorable fruit sea turtle. Who will win or get knocked out by a sin? Okay, we're ready for day 2. We have Chef Gio and Chef Jordan. You ready for your challenge?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, start!
Now, Nictor, as a judge, I just want to say this. I think the camera loves these girls.
Oh,
The camera loves them much better than the last group.
The last week's episode was a bit rough for the viewers.
Yeah.
Chef Hale, how's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah? Chef Jordan.
Good for a 2-headed turtle.
3, 2, a lot of time left. 1, and
One
that's
and a
it.
half.
Stop. Knives down.
Stop the clock. Hands up.
Chef Victor, Chef Nictor, you're going to have quite a challenge.
Yes.
You're choosing a winner, a Chomp champion.
Yes.
This is the prototype. Go
Oh.
ahead and judge.
Okay,
Let us
well,
know when you've come to a decision.
Let me just say, the
hard to
one
say.
thing I noticed about Jordan Fisher Polhemus's creation is she used the stem of the apple as like a tail.
Wow.
How creative.
This one also a little bit all over the place, but a little bit different interpretation, but still a nice dish.
Yes. Yes. This is a hard one.
Did you eat garlic?
Okay, well, we've come to a decision. Nick?
Yeah, and it is, without a doubt, we have to choose this one.
The whole tail thing.
Jordan Fishing Polhemus, the tail did it.
Congratulations. You're going on to the next round.
You
You're going to
have-
Toledo.
Ben
Ooh, I think
chomped!
Run, Joaquina. Run.
Chef Jordan Fishing Polhemus, congratulations. How does it feel to be the Chomp champion?
It feels so good, man. It was that tail. It was just an inspiration that I had at the last moment. I just really thank God for that inspiration at the end.
Amen, sister.
There she is.
Crown you.
Miss Chomp.
America.
The Chomp.
Who could forget the Chomp theme song?
Look, the camera loves it.
Chomp champion. Day 2.
Congratulations.
Memory verse of the Mackies! Hey Veronica, what's the memory verse for today? But God shows his love for us in that while we were sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means God loves us so much that he died on the cross for all of our sins.
That's awesome!
Blue whales, humpback whales, and grey whales are just a few species of baleen whales. They're named for the baleen plates in the mouths, which they use to collect their food instead of teeth. These whales can swallow entire fish whole. In fact, they are known to swallow entire schools of fish at once, along with 20,000 gallons of water. Baleen whales are the largest animals on Earth. These massive creatures can grow to be longer than 3 buses, and their tongues can weigh as much as an elephant. No wonder these creatures are known as the gentle giants of the ocean.
Hey, it's great to see you guys. So what's Jonah gotten himself into today? Do you think you can help me track him down? Jonah was down in the boat hiding, and God rescued Jonah down in the belly of a great fish. I think we've got another question today about God and how he rescues.
My name is William. My name is Elizabeth. And we want to know what the word grace means. We want to know the word means grace.
Thanks, William and Elizabeth, for your question. Let's do a little experiment and see if we can find the answer together. So I filled this water balloon a little bit bigger than the opening of the jar. And there is no way for me to get this balloon into this jar, right? Watch this. Look at that. It got sucked into the bottle. So you want to know a little bit about the science behind this? So the warmer air on the inside of the bottle, it takes up more room than cool air. Once that fire goes out, and after I put the balloon on top of the bottle, the air cools and then it takes up less room. That makes more space inside that bottle, causing the pressure of the air from the outside to push the balloon into the bottle. Well, we need to get the balloon out, right? Looks like there's no way out. Wait a minute. There is a way out. A straw. Look at that. It easily came out. The balloon got caught in the mouth of the bottle because no air could get around it. But when we added the straw, it let air into the bottle. The air pressure on the inside and the outside, they stayed equal, allowing us to pull the balloon out. So guess what? Let's talk about biblical truth now. This balloon, it represents you and me. And that fire and pressure on the inside of that bottle, it's like the literal pressures and temptations that we encounter every day of our life. And that straw, it's God, always and forever providing his grace, a way out. God's grace is his free help that we didn't earn and we don't deserve. God does amazing things for us, and he forgives us through Jesus simply because of his great love for us. Well, I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow as we learn about turning around.
You call us to go, 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 but sin says no, no, no. Even as we run, 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 your grace will overcome. When you draw near, the darkness disappears. You send the sun. It was your grace, grace, grace. It was always your grace. Whether a fish in the sea or a man on a tree, when I call your name, you are always the same. Whether I run or I stay, if I sin or obey, there's always your grace. You call us to go, 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 so the world may know, know, know what you've done, done, done. Our sin's been overcome. When you darkness disappears. You sent your Son. It was your grace, grace, grace. It was always your grace. Whether a fish in the sea or a man on a tree, when I call your name, you are always the same. Whether I run or I stay, if I sin or obey, there's always your grace. When you draw near, the darkness disappears. You sent your Son. It was your grace, grace, grace. It was always your grace. Whether a fish in the sea or a man on a tree, when I call your name, you are always the same. Whether I run or I stay, if I sin or obey, there's always your grace.
Hey boys and girls, and welcome to this episode of Craftiest Catch. I'm your host, Fisherman Ron, and we're here on site at the world-renowned Mackey Marina. My good friend Miss Ellen told me that there's some crafty critters in these did you hear that? That's Mr. Whiskers, my friend Seal. He loves to come fishing with me. Some would say he's a real aficionado, but typically he shows up, and when he does, I've got something on the line. Oh, one sec. Whoa, look at this. Would you look at that? It's a one-eyed shark. That is jawsome. Well, hey, that's it for us today. Hope you had a great day at VBS. And like I always say, if I don't see you soon, I'll catch you later.